Hi and welcome back to the channel. We are in Bodø, Echo November Bravo Oscar, and we are continuing our FTX Norway tour. We are also in something that I'm very excited about. We are in the Majestic q400 in the Bodø repaint. Pretty much my favorite aircraft for prepared. I think it's just simply an amazing simulation. This is the pilot edition, no, the pro edition. I mean the most advanced one they have at the moment, with the HUD and everything. Fantastic. In this tour, we're also taking a look at a bunch of different scenery, not just aircraft, so not just FTX Norway. And in Bodø, which is a town in northern Norway, we are seeing the rendition of Airports of Norway's Bodø Airport. Bodø Airport is a large military and civilian airport. So at the end of over there, you'll see. I'll zoom in a little bit, so you'll see some F-16 parked over by the concrete shelters. This is the home of the 330 fighter squadron, which is, I think, one of only 2 jet fighter squadrons in Norway. And over here is the civilian part of the airport, with lots of Widerøe flights, mostly servicing the short field network up north. It's really beautiful. It's really beautiful up in this part of the country. My family's actually is not from too far away from here, and it's just very mountainous, very beautiful, really good. Great place to visit and a really fun place to fly, I think. We have unusually fantastic weather today. Normally the weather's not that great up north. Look at this. We're running also Henrik Nielsen's AI ships, which you can see out there. You see the Hurtigruten. These are the coastal steamers that run up and down the Norwegian coast. There's 14 of them, I think, or something like that. So they get to each port every day. This is Bodø city. It's not the most beautiful city, but it's in a really beautiful setting, and yeah, really cool. FTX Norway, or Orbex, done a really good job with Norway, I think. I think Norway really is. Sorry, I need to test my mic there. And I think Norway really is one of the better regions for flight simming in general. And I don't know, I just love everything they've done. Looks fantastic, and with this freeware Airports of Norway package that cover pretty much every airport there is in Norway, you have everything. In addition to this, I'm also running Norwegian GA airports, which is smaller airports. We're not flying to that today because they're all sort of very GA specific, little grass strips and that sort of stuff. But they have cleaned up. We will actually see some of their work today too, because they have cleaned up a lot of the cities and stuff around Norway, and a lot of the coastlines and harbors, and they've added a lot of stuff. So let me show you what the route is before we get going. So basically today's route takes us from Bodø, which is up north in Norway here. We came in from Lofoten earlier, started off in here, went down to Narvik, out here, and then back here, and now we're going down. And we're going to an amazing little strip. I love this flight. My family's from here, Mosjøen, but Sandessjøen has what must be one of the most beautiful approaches anywhere, I think. It's really beautiful. It's right next to this mountain formation called the Seven Sisters. 7 individual mountains that are sort of line up along the strip. And with this weather that we're having today, I think it would be a really nice approach. The q400 is technically a little bit too large to actually go in on that airport, but we'll give it a go. It has some really interesting approaches. Actually, like one of my favorite approaches for it is actually not the 20. Is it the? They have some offset. This has an offset localizer approach, which I think is this one. come on. My copy of Chrome somehow doesn't really want to read PDFs anymore, which is annoying. But if I open them in incognito windows, somehow I think it's one of my plugins that I've installed, but I can't figure out which one it is. Yeah, it's this one. I think this approach is really fun. The 20, and I think that's what we'll do today. We'll do a 20 and we'll do this localized approach. Basically you come in at this angle, and then at the very last minute you turn around, and so you have to manage your altitude manually, and then when you get down to the bottom here, you have to manually correct for the offset of the localizer and land it properly. It's quite fun, actually. I really do like this. On top of that, I was actually also thinking of, normally I program with normally I program the FMS with lots of airways and that sort of stuff, but today I was thinking of actually just more or less flying this on needles, in nav mode, in bloom needles. So we'll see how that goes. That might be a little foolish of me, but we'll see. We'll see what I'll do here. Once I start programming the FMS, we'll see what I'll do. I'll program it anyway, and then I might use it as a guidance, or I might use it as yeah, we'll see. We'll see what I plan on doing. Another thing I've done is I've enabled sparse super grid, sparse super sampling, or whatever it is, the anti-aliasing, and I think it looks fantastic. I just want to point out these guys. I mean, there's still some shimmering on the masts here, but they are more or less, shimmers are gone, which is really nice, because I'm so sick of seeing these shimmers everywhere. Another thing I've done that I didn't realize I was doing wrong was I had not enabled sim objects to receive shadows in my shadow settings, and I think for those of you who've watched more of my videos, it's one of the things that I complained about, that how I hate how there's no shadow from the plane on the ground, which I think is not that strange since I had turned that option off. But as you can see here, you even get shadows on the aircraft. I think that's, I mean, the sim objects are casting and receiving shadows, and I don't think I ever had that running before. I think before I actually had just trees and stuff send shadows to the plane. So I don't know, very cool. I'm quite happy about that little change. I'm happy about both those config changes. I have done some testing earlier today, and I did find that enabling this anti-aliasing did give me some issues in very cloudy weather, but we are seeing very clear weather here, so that's great. But furthermore, it wasn't too bad. It was mostly, I turned it down to 2 instead of 4 times, and it seems like that did the trick in making it less intense on the frame rate. So we are in the Videra paint today. Oh man, I love this plane. I'm getting excited, even though I've flown this a million times. It's probably the plane I have flown the most. Yeah, I can't really walk down the aisle here, can I? I'd love to do that. That could be fun. But anyways, I think it's time for us to get going, I guess. Basically, I love this plane. I've said that a few times already, but it's pretty great. I've already loaded the plane, which is GSX has already taken care of that for me. Okay, none of our bulbs are out. And yes, we should test the APU fire as well. These are all the pre-flight tests. We're testing the stall warning, and the ADC I think is basically the speed speed indicators, the pitot tubes, and stuff like this. So let's see what we can do here. We are at Echo November Bravo Oscar, and let's double check the weather. Actually, let's do that while we're at it. One thing I did learn just recently watching an airline to sim stream was that if I turn this to FMS, that's the right way to fly RNAV approaches, because then the FMS can tune the radios. I did not know that, so that's something I might try soon. Actually.
Welcome on board our Majestic q400. I'm just waiting for the last of the luggage to be loaded on board.
Echo November Bravo Oscar. Airport information Gulf 2050 Zulu. Weather wind 073 at 12. Visibility 10. Sky clear. Temperature 6. Dew point 2. QNH 1037. Advice on initial contact. You have information. Gulf Echo November Bravo Oscar. Airport information Gulf 2050 Zulu. Weather wind 0.
That is some ridiculously high pressure. I've actually heard, I read in a newspaper recently that Norway set like a high pressure record for winter, or for fall, which is kind of weird. Okay, so ENBO, and I guess we're taking off runway 7. And yeah, I think that's it. Let's see. I think we might have a look at the charts here. So we should take the Irkle approach, the departure, because I want to go to Irkle. So let's do that. Actually, departure 7. And Irki 1A departure route. Okay, cool. So we're at Irkle. Let's have a look at my flight plan. So my flight plan after Irkle is basically a direct flight to Stokka. I should have actually looked it up better in the charts. I think it's STO, the name of the VOR. Yeah, STO. And then ENST. Why don't we get the weather for our arrival too?
Echo November Sierra Tango Airport information India 2120 Zulu. Weather wind calm. Visibility 10. Sky clear. Temperature 4. Dew point 0. QNH 1037. Advice on initial contact. You have information India. Echo November Sierra.
Okay, so wind's calm. I think we will this will be a flaps 35 departure. I'm just tuning that straight away, just so I don't forget. And also I'm going to put the gear pins in, just so I don't forget. So I think we will, let's go for that localizer approach, huh? That is fun. So menu, runway 20, and no star, but we are doing the L20 approach, the localizer. Maybe there's, what is the J20 actually? I'm curious, is that a glide slope? Sorry, GLS runway 20, what is that? Huh. Scat 1 procedures. I've never heard of GLS approacher before. So it's basically an RNAV, I think. And just maybe that's a Norwegian word for RNAV. Looks the same. Okay, I don't know what that is. Anyways, let's do the localizer. That's the good old classic. I have it here. So we'll do the log20. And precision transition, should we do it from sorry, I'm getting lost in all my tabs right now. STM Strommen. I could do it from STM. But then I said that's south. BDO, I don't know where BDO is. Or STT. BDO sounds like it's up here, but that's a long way for that approach. EBN. Okay, I think I'm just gonna go for actually. Well, we don't need one, do we? Okay, we can just do it like this. Okay, so from STO we'll do the L20. There's no link there now, but that's okay. We can take care of that later. So fuel, we have a 0 fuel weight of 25871. I use PFPX for all my flight planning. Fuel on board, we should have 1886, which corresponds to what we have down here. Our alternate fuel is from Mosjøen is 173. So these three cities, Mosjøen, Mo i Rana, and Sandessjøen, all sort of are in the same region, and they all have separate airports. And if they just gone together and get one big airport, I think it would be so much cheaper for people who live there to fly there. And we have family there, so it's kind of annoying. But at the same time, they're really fun airports to fly to, so I'm glad they have separate ones. 607, and then 574. Okay. We can accept and cross-fill. So also running the brand new updated version of the Majestic q400. It's updated for 3.4. So I don't know what difference it makes, but you open these engine intakes, by the way, to allow for the inspection from the co-pilot, but he should be done by now. If you turn on the nose wheel steering. Yeah, let me set the speeds. 129, 130, 141, 129, 130, 141. I'm not able to remember all 4. I think maybe I am this time. 129, 129, 130, 141, 154. I think it was 154. Let's see if I'm right. Okay, 129, 129, 130, 141, 153. Ah, so close. My speeds I get from RSM, the app that was bought by Airline to Sim, the web app. I'm considering getting TopCat though, just because I kind of find it annoying to have to log in to get my speeds. We are going to cruise altitude of 16,000 feet. So that can be set. And let's set it to FMS 1 and FMS 2 for now. We are at sea level, so let's set the MDA right now for plus 1,000 feet. That's our acceleration altitude. Decision height can be set to 0. There we go. We have to turn on our anti-skid, and yeah, that's about it actually. Let's get the APU started. And let's get some clearance.
For that round, wind direct 1224 with Golf. Request taxi for takeoff, south departure. Wind direct 1224, taxi 2 and hold short of runway 7, using taxiway Whiskey Alpha. Contact tower on 118.1 when ready. Taxi 2 and hold short runway 7, using taxiway Whiskey Alpha. Wind direct 1224.
I've completely missed what he said. Yeah, but that's, I thought, okay. That's what I was focused on, getting the doors closed. Which can sometimes be tricky in this simulation somehow. Don't ask me why. So that's our APU running. Let's go ahead and talk to guess we don't really need the pushback here. We could have just turned around, but I like the pushback. Well, I like pushback. It's so kind of fun. I like to see the little people. They give us some sort of scale. And these shadows. Why did I never enable them before? That was so stupid. They're great. Oh yeah, the recirc. I forgot to turn on the recirc fan. So let's do some checks here. They're checked. The hatch is closed. Gear pins are stowed. Nose wheel steering is off. FMS is programmed. Flaps are at 0. Trim is set. Yeah.
Departure check is complete. Nose gear steering disconnected for push. Readings parking brakes. Okay, here we go. All clear behind the aircraft. Safe to start engine.
I've changed the GSX pushback sounds from with just some freeware ones I found actually on Avsim. I quite like them, except that there's one file that they didn't copy, and the do is too loud. So anyways, let's start engine 2 here. Isn't that the coolest looking aircraft, you guys? Oh man, I love it so much. Q400 is super cool. Man, it's cool. I wonder where he's gonna push me. I actually never tried pushing up here. And there we go. That's it, I guess.
Set parking brakes, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, may we have your attention to the international safety regulations. This aircraft has 6 emergency exits. 2 exits are located in the front, 2 at the wings and 2 at the back. They are marked with the exit sign. Illuminated escape path markings on the floor lead to these exits. Each
Unlocking gear.
with the safety belts. To fasten the seat belt, put the 2 ends together. Tighten it by putting
Industrial
on the
steering connected. Pins removed. Tow vehicle disconnected.
Lift the upper part of the bunk. Your life vest is located under your seat and is sealed in a plastic bag. When instructed to do so, take a hold of the bag and take the life vest out. Pull the life vest over your head.
You know what else I did? I changed the clip mode from minimum to normal in the camera's config, and I think it actually changes a lot how the camera, the cockpit clips. Okay, let's start engine 1.
For more detailed information, please refer to the safety instruction card in a seat pocket in front of you. Thank you for your attention.
So excited for the FSFX pack with the effects for the Q400. That is gonna be a day 1 buy for me. Oh. Yeah, baby. It's the prop effect. The prop effect on the Majestic q400 is great. They look menacing. Well, yeah, like I said, clip mode, not this clip mode spot, I guess. I guess this has something to do with. Anyways, with how things are rendered outside the aircraft as well. Okay, so let's put let's put the leads on, turn off the generator and the power. External power come off, bus light can come off. Okay, that's our top panel set. I'm just gonna go on. So we're checking the auxiliary bump, and we're seeing that it's dropping. Yes, I'm moving the controls, by the way, to see that they move. Okay, emergency pump on. Auto filter can come off. Why are you not coming on? Nose wheel steering can come on. And we can start chrono on the right side. This does concern me a little bit, actually, that those warning lights look they're unfamiliar to me. Let's see if it's just a matter of getting some. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Obviously, forgot to turn the props on. Yes, there we go. Bye bye lights, and then the pumps come on and everything. Silly me. Here I was thinking there was something wrong with the aircraft. But once again, it wasn't me. Gear pins are stowed, everything's good. Chime to the cabin, make a roll over on our way here, and we're going to taxi down to runway 7. I think we'll put the terrain on my side, and I think we will. Let's put the weather on the other side. Let's do that. Even though the weather looks really, really nice. Oh yeah, taxi light. I've been messing around with getting my track IR to actually center using an FSUI PC command. Ugh. And it's been a little bit unsuccessful. Somehow my track IR stopped registering my key press from inside the sim, and I don't know what that is. What is that about? And I try messing with this, and it doesn't work. But if I go here, it works. Really annoying. So let's see. I think that's about right. Hopefully I'll feel comfortable with that the whole flight. Things won't shift around too much. Okay. So speeds are set, pumps are on, trims are set. Flaps, flap 5 indicating. No lights.
Bodø Tower, wind number 1224, ready at runway 7, south departure.
Wind number 1224, clear for takeoff, runway 7 with 076 and 10, departure to the south approved. Fly runway heading to 500, free to then proceed on course.
Clear for takeoff, runway 7, maintain runway heading to 500, then proceed on course. Wind number 1224.
Cabin crew, cease for departure.
Okay, let's do the takeoff test. Nothing. Flight taxi. 10 on the chrono. And our ADF, and yes, weather radar. And off we go. Check power, power checked. Full power. V1, rotate. Positive, great. Gear up. Down here to the left is a really cool airplane museum, and they actually have 3 full motion simulators set up there, but that you can use as that the public can use. Very, very cool. I just recently learned of this. Let's see, we have to put this to L now, so we can have our flight director can give us some help flying the approach. It's okay. We are already way fast, so we can retract the flaps. Switch it over to IS mode, and I think then the IS will control. The IS mode will help guide the flight director. So it's a little easier for me to fly. But look at this beautiful landscape up here, right? Huh? Is that not amazing? Oh, love it, love it. Thank you, Orbex. Look at this. Beautiful. I think that might be Stettin, our national mountain. I could be wrong. I could be totally wrong. But it's so beautiful. Amazing. Let's just put in alt cell too while we're at it, huh? Sort of flying this semi perfectly, but I'm gonna engage the autopilot. Just because I want to know, I need to tune some radios and stuff. I didn't do that properly ahead of time. And I want to take a look from outside. You know, before I do that, let's bring the props down to 900. Always forget something. This time it was the stupid beacon light to switch it over to white. It's not the biggest of deals though, is it? Yeah. Slightly more mellow sound, even though it's still loud from the frontier. But it will get more quiet as we move to the back of the aircraft. Look at those cool volumetric props. They've upgraded the sounds or fixed some of the sound issues that this plane was having in this release that I just got from Majestic. Anyway, it sounds great. That's the Svartisen Glacier over there. It's the big sea that we're moving over. So cute, so cool. Okay, so let's find some things here so we can try and fly this, like I said, without all these issues. So one, we have this one at 317. So ADF at 317, that one's easy to tune. Okay, and we need to switch this one to ADF1. So, wait, that's the white arrow here. What else are we tuning ourselves in after? We are tuning ourselves in to this one, 112 Stokka. And now then we can put, why don't we put this one to VOR2 and we'll turn into the VOR2. Green arrow, and the course that we want here is one of 198, and we'll put that in on the right hand side. Now put this to nav2. Now we'll switch it to 198. So you can actually see here on this arrow, you can see the course that we want to be tracking, and I think it already has picked up. It's only 80 miles, I guess. Yeah, we're above 10,000. We can turn off our approach landing lights. Turn off our pumps and the auto feather. Look at that. That's the Svartisen Glacier, the Black Ice Glacier, what they call it. It stretches all the way over here. It's just it's a national park, huge national park. Down here, the road along the coast is spectacular. I've done that drive once with my family. It was amazing. Back when I was a wee little kid. There's Bodø down there. There's Kjerringøy, which is a beautiful island with a beautiful island actually. And further out here is Lofoten. I guess you can't see it in the mist, but that's where we came from. Back there somewhere is Sweden.
Bodø departure, wind over 705, is climbing through 700 for 6,000. Wind over 705, Bodø departure, roger, altimeter 3062. Wind over 705, turn right, heading 205, resume on navigation, climb and maintain 6,000. Turn heading 205, proceed on course, climb and maintain 6,000. Wind over 705.
I think what we'll actually do is let's switch it into heading mode, and let's switch this over to nav2, and we'll arm the VOR. Beautiful. What a day for flying. What a day for flying. Incredible. That's amazing. I don't think I've ever seen such clear skies in Prepared before, our flight simulator. Well, I have, but it's because they haven't been able to run heavier weather because of performance reasons, but look at this. Beautiful. The mist in here over the mountains. Amazing. Man, oh man. This hobby is just getting better and better. Seriously, it's so good. What's going on here? weird camera things going on here. Okay, I guess it's over. Like I said, I've said on an earlier stream, I'm so excited to get rid of EasyDock as my camera solution. I think the software is just, I mean, it's beautiful to be able to do this, it's great, but I just need a better software that's less buggy and more predictable and that I can understand. Okay, is that another Hurtigrute? Yeah, another Hurtigrute. Coming the waters up here. Man, if that's not beautiful, then I don't know. Okay, let's see. Let's say this is a short flight. We should definitely start thinking about our approach, or I should start thinking about my approach. So, what we will do though, I think, is we will actually backtrack from Stokka. We'll backtrack out, and we'll do a turn at the Hesta. Go out to this and come back in like so. So, but at Stokka we want to be at 4,600 to do that. So let's do VNAV, Stokka, yeah. And we want to be at 4,600. It's 20 miles from now. Cool, that gives us some time. Let's also start tuning the radios. The localizer is at 109.9. Keep that in both windows. We still have 112 that we're going to use for now. I think what we'll do is we'll keep the 112 in the nav2 box so I can use that as the DME information, because the DME is going to tell me when to turn. And then once I start to turn here, then I'm going to flip the autopilot over to nav1 and capture the localizer, so that I'm going to have the autopilot capture the the localizer, because we need to manage these numbers ourselves. This is going to be very difficult. I'm probably not going to make it do it really well. Where is Hesta here? This is I'm kind of wondering. So 14. So when we turn around, I want to be at 3,900 around here. Where's FAF? FAF 8.8. We want to be at 3,001. Hesta, we want to be somewhere like 1220. And then when we get to SDF, which is 3 miles, we want to be at 1200. Okay. Basically, we have an approach speed of around 118. That's what we want to be. So we want to have 700 feet per minute. It's what we want to be at once we make the turn, according to the chart. We have minimums of 740. So let's get that dialed in. Not going to be an issue today. We're going to have plenty of visibility. Okay, let's 4,600. Let's dial the altitude in. It's a busy little flight. This is a flight you guys need to do. This is neat. Now I'm actually wondering if it will let me do VNAV while I'm on in VOR mode. does not seem like it. So what we'll do is we'll use vertical speed mode and we'll select 1800 feet per minute. We'll try and keep it at roughly the speed for a while. It's kind of funny, since we slowed down and we already started going down, this top of the descent is moving ahead of me now. Which means we actually started our descent a little too early compared to the VNAV calculations, but that's not too bad. We'll just go down a little bit slower. What we need to watch though is the speed, because it will tend to pick up a lot of speed going down like this. Okay, so our nav2 source can stay at the Stokka VOR, which is what we'll have here as our DME information. Oh yeah, we also need to tune that ADF, huh? Let's see, what was the frequency there? 414. I'll tune that into both, just because it might be nice to be able to switch in case something happens here. So yeah, now I need to watch my speed, we're overspeeding. So I think those are the Seven Sisters. You'll see the 7 aspect more clearly when we get closer. After Sam's. So excited about the anti-aliasing that I enabled. I think it looks great, and especially in this kind of weather, it's not really giving me any performance issues. My GPUs, my 1070, my GTX 1070 is more than able to handle most of the GPU intensive things. It's my processor that is giving me issues. Just make sure there's nothing here. I don't think there is anything to worry about weather-wise. No, it's way further down, if anything. I think what I'll do is I'll actually turn this one also over to rain. I'm moving the autopilot over to the pilot not flying. Mostly because I just want to send the course and do all that stuff, set up the course and everything for our backtrack here. And our backtrack is heading of 0 and 3. In a sense, it feels a little silly to backtrack here, but we were way too late with descent anyway, so we really didn't have a choice. So we're coming up on Sandessjøen here. Sandessjøen is a city located here. Here are the Seven Sisters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mountains right next to each other. this is one that Norway GA has fixed, and they've changed and added. They fixed a lot of they added the pier and all those sort of buildings down here and the industrial areas. So they do more than just the little airfields. Well worth getting.
Heading 165. Turn left and heading 165. Wind over 705.
So the right about soon. This is roughly where we'll come in once we do our base turn here. 10 miles will be over this island. Yeah, 11 miles, so slightly further out. We'll be out there when we come back.
Heading 195.
At half this size and half this altitude.
195. Wind over 705.
I mean.
Tower, wind over 1224, 8 miles north of Echo, November, Sierra Tango, 7,100 to land. Wind error 1224, Stilcon Tower, enter left, downwind, runway 3, altimeter 3062. Flight left,
So it's giving me the other runway, but the weather is. I want to do the funny localizer, so that's not gonna happen. We're not gonna listen to their instructions. It's worrying, but look at this. Look at the beautiful lighting effect, the terrain shadows. Cool. Bridge. Cleaned up city with pier area. AI boat. Norway freeware. FTX Norway with beautiful 7 sisters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 mountains in a line like that. Beautiful. It's a great challenge to actually try and fly in here if the weather's bad. That really is something. Okay. So that's us at 4,600. I think our next job here is to just turn around and then we're gonna take it down to 3,900. Power back up. Not too much backup though. Heading mode. And we'll bring it around. And we'll fix it. We'll put the autopilot back to the pilot flying. It's a lot of dinging. Excessive dinging. Okay, so arm the VOR intercept here. We're already at 3,900 feet. So that's okay. Once we capture the VOR here, I think what we're going to do is actually switch back to heading mode and then let's see. So the flight out is actually over Hesta 414, which is 4 miles from here. So 4 miles from here, we will turn at a direction of 353. Okay. Oh, where? I'm confused. The ADF should not go up, it should go down. It said okay, whatever. I think we passed it. Back to heading select, and we can now switch the VOR. And then at DME 11, we're going to start to turn around again, but I think we're going to actually have to bring it a little further out because we're starting to turn too late, so we're too far inland. Check it out though. Man, it looks so great. Love this stuff. Amazing. Okay, so at DME 11, they want us to turn back again, and we're gonna wait a little bit further. The course that we want to intercept is at 193. Let's set the course. Okay, let's do this. So the next altitude we want to hit is 3,100, and that's at 8.8 DME. The localizer. It is capturing the localizer. Put on the pumps on the auto feather. Okay, so at 11 we want to be at 3,900, so we'll keep this altitude until we're at 11 miles. Then we'll start going down, and we'll go down at a rate of 700. So this is the DME that we're reading the distance off. It's not the localizer, it does not have a DME. I think on this field we'll do full props for landing. It'll help us slow down and give us a bit more control. It's a very short field and we need to do it perfectly. So that's 11. Put it into a sync of 710.8. So 3,100 at 8.8 is what we're aiming for here. It's important not to go too fast. I think we can also take the first stage of flaps. Okay, we're above. We're at 2005, so we're too high, but next is 3.5, we want to be at 1240. Okay, cool. That's flaps 15. I should put on the gear first, obviously. Our speed can come way down now. So 3.5 was going to be 1200. We are now at 6 and we're at 2.4. And I'll take flaps 35. Oh yeah, I forgot to set the approach speed. Oh yeah, silly me. 118. Quite a bit too high, I thought. We really are too fast, but we'll slow down. So 1200 at 3.5, we're at 1400 at 3.8, 2.7, 3.5. Okay, perfect. We are landing. Taking it out of autopilot, and let's just see if we can't put this on the ground like this. So, this is what I'm talking about, the offset. You see, we're coming in now, we're quite nicely configured. But the runway is tilting off to the right, like so. So we're gonna actually keep it coming in, because this way, and we're not gonna make our turn until the very, very end here. Because this runway is, you have all this terrain on the left. Pappy's telling me I'm low. So yeah, we're at our minimum altitude, decision height, and we are doing it. This is, I think this is looking pretty good. So see, at this point, we're just gonna have to start making the turn. So since we're doing a flaps 35 landing too, it's a little
500.
We'll do a little bit of a flare, like we'll flare the landing a bit. We'll actually turn off the power slightly before we arrive. So look at this. This is a freeware airports of Norway airport. Looks great to me. Look at that beautiful approach of the the mountains on your left. Amazing. Okay. Looking pretty good. It needs to be on the numbers for this to work, because it's a short field. Doing a good speed here.
30, 20, 10.
That was way too hard. That was too hard, but whatever. We landed. And I think we survived, actually. Yeah, tower. We just need to do the cool landing, you see, that's why we weren't cleared to land, but landed anyways. Okay, so I don't know if like I think this place and this approach alone is almost enough for me to recommend you to get FTX Norway and airports of Norway. It's amazing. What a cool airport this is. It's great. Love these mountains up here and the approach next to it, and then this really fun, this little offset localizer approach is really, really fun. All the parkings are too small. Well, they don't really take q400s here, they take q100s, but or they take dash 8 100s, not q100s. I keep messing that up. There is no q100. That's some pretty crazy taxiing here, but I just want to go up to the terminal, show you the terminal. I mean, I think this is pretty good for freeware. It really is. I think that's what the terminal actually kind of looks like, and it's free. I think that's pretty great. Good job. I think his name is Andrew Thompson for making all this. I think it's great. You've done an awesome job. I totally forgot to mess with the bleeds too while I was up there.
Ladies and gentlemen, for your own safety, we instruct you to keep your seatbelt fastened during the entire flight. Please observe that this flight is a non-smoking flight.
Cleared to land runway 3. Cleared to land runway 3. Wind over 7005.
kind of want to see the Q100 come in here and land, which it will. See, it's coming in from the south, which is just so much more boring than this fun offset approach from the north. No, I don't know. It's so cool. For me, this is just really, really good. Look at this. It's freeware. They got the VOR station. They got little lights for the ADF, I think, or whatever that is. And I don't know. They got photoreal. It's not high res or anything, but it's there. It's pretty cool. It blends in nicely with the rest of the scenery, and it's accurate. They got accurate ground markings. They got accurate updated nav data, everything. Airports in Norway, stellar product for a stellar price. And I'll keep shilling and selling this product on my recordings, but it really is great, and it needs to be seen by more people and used by more people. It's fantastic. Here comes the Dash 8. Oh, and there it went. Oh, cool. Here's those brake. Here's the brake strips. I heard about this. That in 3.4 it leaves these braking tracks on the tarmac. Very neat. It's weird though, but that is neat. That's neat. It's cool to see that landing, even though I think I took its parking, so that's why it's so confused. Well, anyway, thanks for following me on this really fun little flight. I think I'll do more of the Q100 flights. It was very busy, very fun, and yeah, pretty awesome. Okay, this plane really is amazing. Anyways, thanks for following along. If you like what you see, please subscribe or leave a comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, bye bye.